Hi all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to share tragic news with you about a workplace shooting that occurred on April 8th of 2021 in Bryan, Texas. Just one day after a horrific shooting at a private home in South Carolina claimed the lives of 5 victims, including 2 young children, and left one man severely injured. According to Bryan police, the shooting in Texas occurred at Kent Moore Cabinets in one of their large warehouse cabinet manufacturing facilities. According to employees inside the business who witnessed the shooter was an employee who had worked there for about a year, and he appeared to be targeting specific coworkers to shoot. One man who worked in an area close to the shooter said he made eye contact with the shooter during the attack, but that the shooter spared his life and turned and shot the man on the other side of him instead. He described the shooter as a quiet man who would offer to buy other employees snacks from the vending machine there. He said he was definitely not the type of person you would ever expect to do something like this. He said he didn't know the shooter well, but that he had no problem with him, and that was why he believes he was spared. Another employee told the news that when she heard the shots, she and a coworker hid under the line they were working on. She said once the shooting stopped, it was too silent for too long. Then she heard cries for help, and she tried to calm other employees who were hiding. According to recent reports, the shooter killed 1 victim and shot 4 others at the business itself. Then he fled from the scene and shot and injured a DPS trooper who was pursuing him, taking his victim count to 6. Police said 1 other person had a minor injury, and 1 other suffered an asthma attack. According to ABC 13 News, the 4 gunshot victims from the business are currently hospitalized in critical condition, and the trooper is in serious but stable condition. The 27-year-old shooter, who was apprehended about 25 miles away from the scene, has been charged with murder. He's being held on a $1 million bond. This tragic shooting happened just one day after a former NFL player shot 2 heating and cooling contractors who were working outside of Dr. Robert Leslie's home in York County, South Carolina. Then police say he forced his way inside the home and shot and killed Dr. Leslie, his wife Barbara, and their 2 precious young grandchildren, ages 5 and 9 years old. One of the contractors who was shot outside was able to call his workplace to tell them that he had been shot and tell them to call 911. During the 911 call made by their workplace, the man said the injured contractor could barely speak and kept saying, "Call 911, call 911." That man has since been identified as Robert Shook, a father of 3 who was shot multiple times and has already undergone multiple surgeries to save his life. His family is asking for continued prayers for his recovery. During a press conference about the shooting, police played the 911 calls that came in about the attack, and one came from a lawn maintenance man who was at the home at the time, and he saw the shooter leave the home with something red in his hands. Police said they cannot confirm that anything was stolen from the doctor's home during the shooting, but reports are coming out in the media suggesting that the motive may have been that the shooter was cut off from his medications by the doctor. But police have yet to confirm these reports. They did say, though, that they were led to the suspect by evidence he left at the home during the attack. A reporter asked if it was his cell phone, but police declined to say. They just said the evidence led them to the shooter, who was staying at his parents' home down the road from the crime scene, and they went there to apprehend him. They said they removed his parents from the home, who claimed he was in a bedroom, but after multiple attempts to get him to surrender with no response, they entered and found him dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. One news report said that the shooter's parents said they knew Dr. Leslie and his family and that they were good people, and they have no idea what could have made them their son's targets. Such tragedies, and the children killed in that home just because they happened to be there with their grandparents that day, and the contractors who happened to be working there that day. Absolutely terrifying. I'll be praying for all the victims of these horrible tragedies and their loved ones, and the people who will be returning to their place of employment after they just fled from it, terrified for their lives. I hope they find a way to cope with their fears. One of the employees who was there during the attack said that they always use nail guns there, and there are loud noises all the time, all around them. He said it made it difficult to determine that it was gunshots that he was hearing. I bet they'll all be on edge for a while after this. Every loud bang, every time. It wouldn't be easy for me, and I'm sure it won't be for them. Thank you all so much for watching. Please, do whatever you can to stay safe out there. Stay aware. Pay attention to your surroundings. Always. And I'll see you on my next video.